Alright, so the poll selection for round 1 is almost over, but I think the votes have basically been settled, and today we're here to announce the 6 characters that have won the voting for round 1. These 6 characters are going to make up half the banner, and the next 6 characters that are going to go alongside with them will be decided in a couple days time, and voting for that does begin in less than 10 hours time. So with that said, let's announce the 6 characters before Caleb officially announces it. In 6th place with 10,564 votes, we have Christmas version of Aaroniero. Perfectly happy with that. She's a limited character, cute character that I don't own her, and she's also a Link's character, so I can see why many others voted for her. In 5th place with 10,770 votes, we have the Lunar version of Rukia. Very powerful no attack damage character, great in guild quests regardless of killer due to her booster skill. It's also Rukia, so I understand the votes. In 4th place with 10,919 votes, we have the Visored version of Lisa. Just goes to show how great this character is for it. The fact that it is a Lisa, I wouldn't say Lisa's the most popular character out there, especially when compared to some of the other characters that could have got voted in. She's also premium, but she is also one of the best characters in the game, also one of the best mind characters, so the voting just makes sense. Those that have her understand why people are voting for her. Swimsuit Isane is taking 3rd place with 16,352 votes. What I find most impressive here is that she kind of was held back by a certain thing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but she was still able to come through, and I'm happy about this. I'm a simp for Isane, so I like that she's here, especially with that amount of votes. It only makes sense. It's Isane in a swimsuit. I also don't own her, but at the same time, she's a great epic grade farmer, giving you those additional links or potions and also droplets. In 2nd place with 19,045 votes, we have the swimsuit version of Nelio. Again, it just makes sense. It's Nelio in a swimsuit, and she herself is also a super Linkster character, and also Linkster character for the mind attribute, giving you those additional heart Linkster potions. And then in 1st place, without a doubt, we have the 7th anniversary version of Ichigo. Again, one of the best characters in the entire game, and those are your 6 characters. And personally, I am perfectly happy with that, because when it came to my top 6, I think this literally was my top 6. And I guess in this case, it was everyone's top 6 because that's why they have gotten voted in. Now, I do want to mention this is actually 10 hours before the voting does end. So technically, the voting hasn't finished just yet. This is a tad bit too early, but I won't be able to talk about it tomorrow. And that's why we're doing it now. And I do want to point out the fact that Orihime and Shinji are in a close battle for the 6th place spot. You can see here that Orihime has 10,564, whereas the Visored version of Shinji is close on her trail with 9,377. However, given the fact that most people have already voted, and that there's basically like 8 or so hours left, I just don't see Shinji getting 1,000+ votes in literally less than a day. So because of that, I think it's safe to assume that these are going to be the top 6. I went ahead and counted all the votes on Discord, Instagram, the English Twitter and Facebook, the Japanese Twitter and Facebook, the French Twitter and Facebook, and also the Korea/Asia Twitter and Facebook. And for the most part, if you actually look here, it's kind of funny. The Asia community literally does not use Twitter. It was an absolute ghost town with certain characters literally getting 0 votes. That was kind of funny to see, but I guess it makes sense. They don't use Facebook over there, right? Now, if you remember at the start of the video, I did talk about Isane kind of being held back. And what I mean by that is if you actually have a look at the Discord votes, and keep in mind, most of the votes didn't come from Discord, so that's why it really didn't matter that much. But what you'll see here is that in the top 6, when it comes to these 6 characters, Isane had significantly less votes, and the reason for that is kind of funny. Essentially, when it came to the Discord, they post the images. The Isane image, I guess, is too lewd that Caleb weren't allowed to post it. They made a statement saying Isane's picture is against Discord's policy or something like that, so they couldn't post it, and because of that, unfortunately, Isane did get less votes than pretty much anyone in the top, mostly everyone here. I mean, Christmas Toshiro got more votes than Isane when it came to the Discord, and that is again just because the image wasn't shown. Most people that were voting on Discord just scrolled down, saw the character from the image, and then voted. But in Isane's case, it was very easily missable. But despite that, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook came through with the votes, and that's why Isane was able to take 3rd place, and that's where most of her votes come from. Literally 16,000 of her votes come from everywhere else but Discord. Now, I do want to mention a massive shout out to the Hinachiro voters. We were able to get him into 11th place. I did make a video a couple of days ago talking about who you should vote for and who's worth your vote, and I think Hinachiro was worth voting for. And if he did get into the top 6, I wouldn't have minded. He's actually a great character, but it only made sense that he didn't get in. Despite him being a high value speed character for farming epic raids, giving you the additional power links or potions and also droplets, despite him having a good damage output, it is at the end of the day a premium Kimi Hinachiro, so it only makes sense why people didn't vote for him. But still, regardless, props to those that tried, right? Props to those that tried. Same goes for TLA Toshiro. I shouldn't really surprise it is a Toshiro at the end of the day, but he got a good amount of votes too. He made the top 10. Despite the character being kind of mid and basically just a link, he was able to get the top 10. And then I guess the 5 most hated characters of the year. Is it safe to say that? We have Arena Momo, Jackie, Arena Rose, Arena Moe, and also Yukio getting the least amount of votes. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, these characters are... Some of them are good. I mean, Arena Momo is good in Arena. Jackie's just used to farm scrolls weekly. Arena Rose and Moe are good too. Many just Nad characters, though. And then Yukio. Yukio just got, like, outclassed by a lot of characters. But, yeah, they're the bottom 5. I'm not surprised. It's kind of sad to see, but I'm not surprised. And at the same time, I also want to point out something that I did look at. So, obviously, I was looking at all the data, looking at all the votes. And what I found kind of interesting here is actually Lisa's votes. So, what we can see here is that throughout the entire community, you know, the Asia community, Japanese, French, and also English community, everyone understands the value of Lisa. That's why a lot of people voted for Lisa. And that's why she got, you know, 10,000 plus votes. However, what I found interesting was the Japanese voting. So what we can see here is that on the English Twitter and Facebook, a good margin of votes. Obviously, Twitter's more active, so it got double amount of votes compared to Facebook. But then if we look at the Twitter one, again, when it comes to top 6 characters, Lisa got almost half the votes compared to the other top 6 contenders. And then if we have a look at characters like Shinji, Toshiro, and even this TLA Toshiro, these 3 characters got more votes, almost double the amount of votes, basically double the amount of votes than someone like Lisa. Despite her obviously being an insane character, JP have their priorities different. They would more so want Visage Shinji, Christmas Toshiro, and also the TLA Toshiro. I guess even in this case, Face Battle Shuhei in over Lisa, which is quite crazy to think about. I guess that maybe just shows that Lisa isn't that popular when it comes to the JP community, and at the same time, maybe she's a fan favorite over here when it comes to the Asian community, French community, and English community. But it also could just be that people just voted for her because she's meta and not really a waifu. Let me know in the comments below if you did vote for Lisa. Was it because of meta or waifu? If I'm being honest, it was for meta. I like Lisa, but at the same time, she isn't in my top 10. And if she was trash, I wouldn't have cared. Like, I really only want Lisa because she's a fun character in game. And for the most part, that's the most important thing, right? But other than that, that's basically all I really have to say when it comes to this data. Again, there's still 10 or so more hours left for voting. Shinji could somehow still get 1,000 more votes and get in. But for the most part, as of right now, calculating all the votes from all the different social media sites, it does look and almost set in stone for the most part that these are going to be your top 6 characters making up the first half of the post-selection banner at the end of the year. And again, for me, I'm perfectly fine with this. These characters are all great. You have a 7th anniversary character, you have a super linkster character with Nelio, an epic raid farmer with Isane, a great character with Lisa. Despite her being premium, you want to eventually get her 5-5. She's going to be great to players. So getting her now and then getting her later on isn't really going to be a bad thing. Great character in Rukia, also limited. And then you also have a limited Orihime linkster character too. So these 6 characters are great thus far. Thus far, we have no bad characters getting into the post-selection. If we look at last year and the year before that, and the year before that, there was always characters that, in my opinion, really didn't deserve to get in, but got it either way. So I'm happy with the outcome thus far. And funny enough, despite me spending a lot of money in this game, I actually only have 2 of these characters. I have Ichigo and I have Rukia, and I only just pulled Rukia like a month ago. So I'm missing Orihime, I'm missing Lisa, I'm missing Isane, and I'm missing Nelio. So I only have 2 out of these 6 characters, and that's great in my opinion. And for the 2 that I do have, Rukia and Ichigo, I would happily get dupes of them. I would happily get dupes of any of these 6 characters. So I'm happy and content with these top 6. In the comments below, let me know what you'd like to think about these top 6. Are these the ones you wanted in? Are they not? Who did you want in? I'm curious to know. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.